Hello, and welcome to the second official episode of the Mundane Voices podcast.
Yay. My name is Furat. My favorite color is blue.
My name is Rodney. I have blonde hair.
My name is Marcus, and we just put our second dog down.
So, Batman v Superman it came out. Everyone's talking about it. Your first prevalent thoughts. What do you guys think?
Jesus, jump right into it.
Honestly, I think it wasn't as bad as the critics said.
But there's a thing, though. Here's what I noticed. I noticed that all the critics hate it, all the fans direly love it, and everyone in between just doesn't give a shit.
Well, that's because fans are going to love any superhero movie you put in front of them, whether it's a good movie or not, because they're such fans. And the critics are going to look at it as an actual movie standpoint.
Like when you put Spider-Man in a Captain America movie.
Exactly. Exactly.
I think it was all right. My initial viewing of it, I was like, "Oh, this is such horseshit." But it was, looking back on it, reflecting, it was okay. I gave it like a solid 4 out of 6 stars.
I think they should have put Condiment King in there. At some point, just imagine like
Just-
him, just even as like a cameo. Imagine him zipping by, be all like, "I like to spill mustard."
The minor character just put in there as nonchalantly, doesn't even matter, not important to the plot. I think that would have helped out a lot.
Best part of the movie, I think, was Jesse Eisenberg's acting.
Yes,
Beautiful acting.
his monologue to Superman on the roof of
The
LexCorp.
rooftop.
When
Was
you think
terrific.
about it,
Oh,
though, I mean,
spoilers
like,
ahead.
Yes, of course.
when you think about that, though, all it basically was like Lex Luthor trying to build tension.
Which
Think-
he did amazingly.
He did
But it was
amazingly.
beautiful. It was.
But there's the
absolutely
thing,
done
though. I mean,
perfectly.
like when you have a world that's built up, and you have a spike. Think about it like this: so Superman's this all-powerful being.
Yeah.
The only like plot device that Superman uses is the plot demands it, Deus Ex Machina style, and then he bets his money on Batman. How does that work? Well, Batman, of course, would always win, but
I think it was the mental factor of having Lois almost die, having everyone hate him, and then having his
Lois
mother
did
kidnapped.
die.
Oh, I want to revisit something. Batman would always win.
Always.
always.
Okay, sorry.
It's not even a competition.
Yeah.
But I think in a way it was kind of a cheap plot point, but it was the most powerful one they could come up with.
Yes.
It was, we need Superman. We need a conflict between Superman and Batman, which was what they were advertising. Obviously, it wasn't like, oh, release the movie and then write the story. That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But they needed a conflict, so they said, Lex Luthor said, "I have your mother. I don't know where she is. I will let you save her. I will call off my men if you bring me Batman's head."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's all they needed. So, weak plot point, yes.
It's-
a little cliched, yes.
Definitely.
It's kind of like
But excellent, but make it for excellent movie moments and an excellent fight, yes.
it's kind of like the Star Wars thing. The basic plot: parents die, he goes for revenge.
Yeah.
But it
Honestly,
worked.
I would have preferred the classic start to the Justice League, and it was just like, oh, by the way, we fact check, but we might not entirely be correct on certain aspects. Where it's just like, you got to remember that the Injustice storyline, the comic
Right.
books that led up to Injustice, was the Joker throws Scarecrow dust in Superman's face, and he murders Lois Lane
He does.
Yeah.
and her unborn child.
Thinking it was Doomsday.
Yeah, thinking it was Doomsday. So like, I'd rather have like a Metal Gear Solid 5 kind of thing, where he is a progressive hero, and then something so bad happens to him where he just forced to become the villain.
Yeah.
I understand that, but I feel like they didn't want to copy off of Injustice and feel like they were making a Injustice.
But there's the thing;
movie.
it's still a DC term. It's
But
still under DC name. They
not
can still
just-
use it.
Not just that, but how
By the way, the Justice League already exists at this point.
how pissed off would casual fans be if Superman was a bad guy?
so angry. They
you
would
kidding?
hate DC for it.
That's all the trailers. The first trailers, it's just like, did Superman do what was right? And then it was just like, yeah.
No, put it in question. It's interesting. Give him an answer. People get angry.
I mean, like, still have it objective, though. Have it to a point where it's open-ended. Like, Superman does good things, but overall, he does a bad message. And have it from two different standpoints.
Yeah.
Half the movie was Superman's view, half the movie with Batman's view.
And some of it was Lex Luthor's, which was beautiful.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I can agree with you there. No one is that good.
Yeah.
No one is that pure.
No one remembers the Good Samaritan with only good deeds. Is that
to
the
quote,
phrase?
Yeah.
to quote Lex Luthor in the movie, he says,
Luthor.
the biggest lie in America is that power is innocent.
Yes, definitely, and that's so true. On to the topic that everyone is talking about: Ben Affleck as Batman.
I love him.
I love him.
I
as Batman.
think he did a good job. I was
Now, granted-
thoroughly
Favorite
impressed.
Batman.
Thoroughly
I
impressed.
think
Favorite
that
Batman.
Yes. I
Yeah,
could
he's
agree
my
with
favorite
that.
Batman.
I could agree with that because he
See,
played.
here's the thing with me. I thought you were asking, so I was like, what are you doing? But here's how I stand. I think Christian Bale did better at being Bruce Wayne.
I would agree.
I
Yes,
think
yes.
that Ben Affleck is better at being Batman.
Yes.
Which is what's more relevant at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
obviously.
Honestly, I think they should go back to the Arkham games and he should have a normal fucking voice.
They actually explained it pretty well. I think it was
Yeah.
a very quick little. They didn't draw on it. It was just Alfred fixing his voice modulator.
Yeah, and I appreciated the fact that they
Oracle.
they shaped the Batman character to fit Ben Affleck because they didn't want another repeat of Daredevil. They did
Yeah.
not. No one wants a repeat of Daredevil.
No one wants a repeat of Daredevil.
And-
I'm honestly amazed that he got a show after that
Yes,
canon.
exactly.
Yeah, I know, right?
But DC and Warner Brothers shaped Batman to fit Ben Affleck, and he played a great seasoned Batman, one that was kind of tired. He was older. He starts killing people in the movie, which I
To
appreciated.
be fair, Batman was a vigilante before anything.
Yes.
The only reason why he stopped killing people was because he had Robin, right?
Yeah,
and
well,
then he's just
part
like,
of it.
I feel bad.
He played vigilante very well.
Yes, he did.
He did.
Like the part where he first
Well,
is
he's like,
introduced.
you gotta
Yeah,
remember,
Batman.
I love how everyone thinks that Batman is good-hearted.
No.
For the first like 10 or 15 years after his parents died, he was an assassin.
Yeah.
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 He killed people.
So I was
a
playing
lot.
Elite Dangerous last night, and I was almost out of fuel, and I was like far away from any near space station. So I posted this, hoping someone that like would get it and see what happens. So it says Furat Hussein's feeling worried, and it says when you're out of fuel, but you're only 52,000 light seconds away. And I amazingly only got 5 likes.
Wow, I
The
didn't
fact-
see
but
that.
No,
If-
but the fact that I got any on Jumble that no one knows anything about.
If
What
I
did-
would
what
have
did
seen
you
it, I
post
would have
that?
liked it.
I posted on Facebook.
If I would have seen it, I would have liked it.
I am not a Facebook user myself.
I am.
I use Facebook only for communications or poking fun at those who think they're better than the others.
Those who are like, watch Loose Change or whatever.
One of the best things that you can do, one of the most entertaining things you can do on the internet now, is go on Donald Trump's Facebook page
Yeah. Oh,
and
and
play devil's advocate. I don't
Yes.
care what you believe. As long as you just play devil's advocate,
Yeah.
it's beautiful. Like, you know how we posted about Arizona iced tea?
Yeah.
So
Oh.
everyone was like, it's not even in Arizona. It's made in New York.
Yeah.
And my main comment was that, like, isn't the business model of America design it where they'll buy it, ship it to where they'll build it, and buy it back where they'll know they'll buy it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So your argument's irrelevant. At least make an educated argument. It's Arizona iced tea because it's going to be sold in Arizona.
It's actually a very popular drink in Japan.
Hold on, I'm going to get the motion sensors. You guys just keep talking.
It is actually. I personally love Arizona iced tea.
It's pretty good.
I don't like tea. I like the flavored drinks. I don't like tea.
Oh, I love tea.
I don't like it.
I
don't know
think
what
the
it
tea's
is.
done well.
I can't do.
So
I can't do
I'm natively
tea
from
with it.
Iraq, as many of you know. I'm natively from Iraq. And
I'm-
all of you Americans make tea like trash. I put the C back, so I'm not sure if it matters. So, all of you make tea like it's trash.
I'm white and I agree with him, even though I don't even drink tea.
You're white and you've never had Middle Eastern tea.
I still agree. Because
Tivana is the biggest disappointment that I've ever seen.
It's,
They have good recipes.
It's the tea equivalent of Starbucks.
It is.
Mm.
Like, it's just like... it's
Starbucks
there
isn't
because
coffee.
Oddly enough, they own each other now.
They do.
Starbucks owns Tivana.
I don't think Starbucks has good coffee.
I don't like coffee.
They don't.
I don't.
I like coffee.
You know what I found out? I found out the most amazing fact, and that Starbucks owns other coffee shops in Seattle.
Yeah.
And they're small shops. They're like hipster shops.
Yeah.
And they're only there for the purpose of like luring people who hate Starbucks.
Yeah.
And it's the same coffee,
Mhm.
but they put in like a different spice to each drink.
Yeah.
And they're
And
getting,
they wrap around you.
and they're getting the same money.
Well, not only that, but
They're
it's a,
getting double the
it's a
money.
different. You walk into a different building. You walk into a different like atmosphere, essentially.
That's true. A lot of them are really nice too. Like honestly, if all Starbucks were decorated that way, I would be inclined to go to Starbucks more.
I do like some of the feel behind Starbucks is nice sometimes. I just,
So what's like the best class you've ever taken, whether it's like college or high school or like public skill?
I really enjoyed in 8th grade. In 8th grade, I took a CERT class, a Community Emergency Response Team.
Really?
And I learned some
That's interesting.
very interesting and very useful things. Just
Alright.
different, like, very basic things that I feel like everybody should know, but not a lot of people know. So just how to take care of, like, certain kinds of fires, what to do if someone's choking or burning, like how to respond with the community quickly, how to how to notify local authority, things like that.
I found out what you should do if you ever like lose a body part, and I would have never thought this. You're supposed to put it in a Ziploc bag, and then take a bigger Ziploc bag and fill that with ice. But the severed limb cannot touch the ice directly, or it'll kill the nerves.
Totally different.
Do you guys think that learning to type is still a valid, necessary skill that no one knows how to do?
Learning to type is like
It's a
learning.
necessity.
It's like learning to ride a bike. There's no set, like, yes, there is a set rule, but you can do it your own way and be just as proficient.
Yeah,
That's very true, yeah.
I could totally agree with that.
You know, I know a couple of people that use the standard ASDF, JKL, whatever it is right there.
Yeah.
And that, like, the way they type is very efficient, and they have a good WPM, but I personally use my first 3 fingers and my thumb, and occasionally my pinky, very occasionally, so not usefully, and I just hover above the keyboard and find the keys I need to find.
What I tend to do a lot is here's how you know my kind of personality.
Type with the middle fingers a lot.
Do you?
Yeah.
So here's what I do. Here's how you know like I've been ingrained in this kind of lifestyle. My hands naturally sat on the gamer home keys.
Yeah.
So what I do is I
Yeah.
type whatever's in range of the gamer home keys, and I use the other hand as like a backup straggler.
Yeah.
Like if it's out of reach of my home
Right.
keys, then I'll just use that hand, and it works surprisingly well. It works better than anything else that you can imagine.
IOP, JKL, and
Yeah.
BNM, just right hand.
I don't type all that much. I'm not.
But you know how
around.
scary it is when you're like typing an essay, and you're next to somebody who like professionally types.
Yeah, and they're just
And then
Yeah.
like yeah.
And you're
But on top of that, like I'm on the gamer home keys, and they like.
Yeah.
and you're
I've seen someone physically cringe
Yeah.
by doing that. Like it's just
Yeah.
it's funny.
no. The way I type, I don't type all that much, but I don't use the concept that you're supposed to do. You know, the setup of the fingers. I just use my pointer fingers, and ever so often glance down at the keyboard and type. I'm not that efficient at it.
I find I glance down at the keyboard not because I need to, but out of habit. I'll
I
just
do it
be
'cause I
typing and
have
then
to.
go, oh, but I don't need to.
I do it because I have
The
to.
only time I look at the keyboard is when I know I've misspelled and I
Yeah.
need to use the backspace.
Or
That's the one
Yeah,
key I have not.
I do that a
memorized,
lot.
Yeah.
I do
or
that a lot,
sometimes I'll
actually.
misplace things. Like I'll like in my head, like 2 keys will be switched, so you need to look down and go, okay, that's what those are.
So let me ask you a question. All right. When do you guys think that the millennial generation stopped birthing? Do you think it stopped birthing in '95, or do you think it started birthing in 2004? Because Google claims '95.
95.
But
is a-
every public record claims 2004.
I'd probably have to go to 2004, just because of the simple fact that it's the millennials,
yeah.
and the millennium started at 2000.
But the idea is that you had your like prime in the millennial.
I guess I
Well,
could see
not
that.
prime, but you were around.
Oh, that's
yeah,
valid.
but my parents consider me a millennial and
Well, to
them
me,
a Generation X.
The reason I say 95 is because to me, you're not a person until you have your own first capable rational thought.
Okay.
Well, that's
Right.
not guided by anyone else. So, like, you know how, like, when you're 5, you're like a shadow of your parents?
Yeah.
Right.
Whatever they tell you is
Right.
what's valid.
Yeah.
I don't believe it's true. I don't think you're a person until you have your own thought, usually around, like, 10 or 12.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, I could.
It also is amazingly dehumanization. It's amazing dehumanization.
I guess I could agree with that. I personally don't like following in other people's footsteps. I like doing my own thing. I like thinking for myself.
The more I listen to Rodney, the more he sounds like a millennial and a filthy casual.
I'm a stereotype. I am.
So I was talking to my friend Travion, right? And we were talking about like that habit that people do about how people insert vodka tampons to get drunk a faster way,
Mhm.
but your kidneys don't filter out; they just go straight to the bloodstream. By the way, if Trayvon's going to be on this podcast at some point, so I think it's okay for me to shout out his name. Holla next time you see him. Comment down in the description below. So he actually made me a deal that if he ever dies via vodka-soaked tampon, I can make his tombstone either the tampon with or without the inserter. And that gets to be his tombstone.
Wow, that sounds.
And instead of flowers, we get to bring him a bucket.
The first time I ever heard of that, the vodka soaked tampon, was actually in Joe Dirt 2. If you guys have ever seen it, probably not.
No.
But
I saw it. I just was very disappointed that I saw it.
yeah, it was a disgrace to the Joe Dirt name, honestly, because I loved the first movie. The first movie was great. I liked it. It was hilarious. Second one was horrible, but
You can't trust straight to DVD movies.
No,
Has there ever been a good straight to DVD movie? That's why I go straight to DVD.
Exactly.
Because it's not going to make revenue in a theater.
yeah, that's why I'm.
Chronicles of Riddick.
Little Mermaid 3.
There's like
Yes.
7 of those.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
There's so much lineage to that. Now she has a daughter, and the daughter goes through like the same struggles.
Yeah.
Going back to
which
the-
is where it gets boring.
Yeah.
By the way, I still want to start that show. We'll get fraps, and then we'll watch a movie and we'll cut out clips, and we'll call it analyticals,
Mhm.
and we'll just analyze the movie.
That sounds amazing.
Very,
Like,
very cinema sinsy.
yes.
As long as we don't keep count, I think we'll be fine.
Well, we're not sinning anything. His sins are very they're very much like a stylistic thing.
And to be fair, there are other things that have copied him more carefully, so I think we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Ooh, original content. Also, I think that some people are gonna we probably will put like a walkthrough or a playthrough on here.
Yeah.
Just because
Probably.
it's something that people can watch. It addresses the demographic.
And it
For the video
gets our
version,
name out.
But for SoundCloud,
Yeah.
SoundCloud would be for the users that are on the go or something.
Yeah.
Well, this will be on YouTube too. This
Yeah,
one will
definitely.
have no like visual. It'll probably have like a copy of the logo on the front.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
an interesting caption.
At some point, I will start making visuals for every individual episode.
That's
Which
good. I
I'll-
really appreciate it.
Visuals will be interesting.
I'll make a template, and then I'll just add whatever episode number and whatever title we.
I was heavily thinking that we'd use. I'd love the input of the audience, by the way. But I was heavily thinking that we could take one of the sketch pads, the computer sketch pads,
Yep.
and we put fraps on, and then we just draw, we doodle
Okay.
on the pad, and then
Yeah.
show up, and then we'd rotate the pad.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure how they'd respond to that,
Mm.
especially since we have shitty artists. Then
I think
Probably.
I think I'm the only one here where you'd be able to recognize what we're drawing.
I'm good at drawing stick figures. That's about
I feel
it.
like there would be a lot of penises shown,
Probably.
There
I
might
wouldn't doubt
be.
it.
There might
just
be.
like thrown up. Yeah.
Yeah. Just somewhere.
Just while we're talking,
just a couple- just a couple
random.
of
But to be
sneaky
fair,
links.
I feel like people are juvenile enough that they'll demand to see one at some point.
Yeah,
Probably.
They will
Someone
go-
out there.
Someone will go. There hasn't been enough phallic content on the on the sketchpad.
More
So
penises
also,
on
I
the
have an
sketch pad,
announcement.
yes.
I don't know if this is legitimate yet. I'm working my best. Right now, it doesn't look like he's gonna do anything of the sort. I'm trying to get Stu from Robotic Bagel on.
Okay.
Oh, all
I
right.
love Robotic Bagel. So if you've ever seen an episode, there's one where he just like reviews a raw onion.
Yeah.
And he just takes a bite of this raw onion and he goes, "That was awful." There's another one where he's like reviewing ranch, and he just opens the bottle of ranch and he puts it in his mouth, and he's all like, "Its consistency is like semen," and it's the funniest thing. I mean, it's so great.
Wow.
You'd be an
He was-
interesting guest.
We know him personally. Well, not you two, but I know him personally. And I was talking to him one day, and he was supposed to be on Tosh.0.
That's interesting.
But the
Really?
the paperwork was improper and it wouldn't go through, and that's the only reason why he wasn't on. They were supposed to review him they were supposed to do a video redemption
Yeah.
Web redemption.
for his pizza review.
Yeah.
And I thought that was gonna be great.
That would have been amazing. I would. I would
California
love to watch
Pizza
that.
Kitchen, the hot
Yeah,
buffalo.
yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
That is the Tostinos of California.
Mm.
Are you sure? I think that's a lot better quality than Tostinos can ever produce.
Tostinos is meant for 5-year-olds, but California Pizza Kitchen is meant
For adults.
who are 5-year-olds.
I'm Furat.
My name's John. And I am Travion. I'm comedy.
I'm comedy.
Yeah. I am comedy.
Yeah.
Bold statement. I bring it.
I'll take it real, you know.
If I'm gonna be completely honest here, if I never laughed unless I was around you, 1, disturbing, 2, very sad life.
I mean, they can't hear.
For those of you who didn't just see that, John just made a gesture to his penis.
Yeah, it's not that big.
And now I feel like he's making an offer that I just can't refuse.
It's like an offer to go to the movies.
Penis in the popcorn. One of the most iconic moves.
Have you ever done that?
I have not done that. I was going to ask the same question.
think you
Have any of you done that?
I don't think anybody has ever done that, but it's like one of the biggest things ever.
No, I feel like
Penis on the... I think a lot of people
have done that. I
the
just mean it's not as like widespread as people actually do.
What are you
Yeah, I
supposed to
guess
do
that's
with the penis in the popcorn? Do you just stick it in, and once she feels it, it's supposed to give like a little tug? Like, what happens after she feels your penis in the popcorn?
I just saw like this.
If so, why not just whip your dick out in the middle of the movie?
I just like put like I saw like this diagram where it's just like you put a fleshlight in there. It's just like
Wait, so you saw a diagram? I didn't know it was that
Wait,
complicated.
I don't know. It was
A
like
flashlight's
instruction.
involved? What are you doing yourself?
It was like if you're just like watching a movie, you just like have popcorn, eat it, fuck your penis, whatever. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just doing like obstructions, man.
Obstructions.
That's the wrong word, but yeah.
The popcorn is the obstruction, essentially.
Hashtag penis in the popcorn.
In my colon. 'Cause popcorn. But
Yeah, but I don't think anybody of this age has done that. Like, it's so old and outdated. That's why Netflix and chill is a thing. Are you gonna like make your own popcorn at home and try the old trick? I heard this somewhere and I just have to do it, you know? I don't know why that big stigma exists of like new age kids are so much worse, and it's like, are we?
That's a good
Yeah,
point.
I feel like
Are
if you
we?
went back and you asked people in like retirement homes what age they lost their virginity, their answers are not going to be that different from where we are today.
we're just like more open about it. Like,
Well,
we just,
there's
like, tell everyone.
the
True,
thing. They
social
were
media.
open too.
Yeah. Well,
But it's just like the things that we do are different.
Yeah, they can't just send a little raven out to their friend.
Yeah, like it's just the fact that we can communicate it so much better now is like, you know, we have a fun time and we can just text it to a buddy. But that's really all it takes.
Yeah, I know. Like back in the days where you actually have to like walk people, be like, "Hey, do you want to socialize and go on a date and fuck?" In the 50s,
Fuck.
and not with like a cell phone, where it's just like
It was a lot of trust back then too, because it's just like, wow, the strange person I've only seen once
Yeah, I
wants me
know.
to go out on a night in the town with them. But now we know so much about people. It's like, it's new and it's scary because it's new age, new technology, whatever. But it's also safer.
yeah. I
If
know.
something happened back in the day, you just had to hope people were within earshot. Now it's just like, we all have a phone.
Condom in your pocket, got the charged phone, you're ready.
See, but there's the thing.
In your pocket or your wallet?
Touche.
Because I
In
feel like you
your
shouldn't keep
pocket.
them in your wallet, because I hear that, like...
Yeah, like the
If you
the
put
rinses,
yeah,
whatever.
because like
Yeah.
the
But
rubber
also,
rubs
like,
against the
just
rubber.
in your pocket increases chances of it falling out. Like, do you do it back pocket and, like...
No, because that eliminates the purpose of the wallet. You put it in your wallet, but you're gonna
Yeah,
get
I
the
guess
same
that's
goal.
so,
You're gonna
yeah.
sit on it, and the rubber's gonna rub against itself. It's gonna tear.
Exactly.
So you
I
put
don't
it
know.
front pocket.
Maybe just your phone case. I don't know.
I think your phone case is even worse than your back pocket.
Yeah, because then
'Cause now it's gonna get
generating
hot.
heat, like,
Yeah.
Oh, my
inside,
God.
Yeah.
This is a lose-lose situation.
The idea
Where
is that
can we store
see,
it?
first of all, you're not supposed to take the condom out in public. Like ideally,
like unwrap it in public, or like take.
That's
out-
obvious.
well, you're not gonna. You're
I'm
not
going to assume if you're unraveling it at this point, your penis is already out. And you're in public. So, strike.
Well, ideally you
But you're
shouldn't.
still not out.
Ideally, you shouldn't fuck in public.
Ideally.
So it's ideally, everyone's gonna still do it. But I mean, like
everyone.
Everyone.
It still happens in public, dude. Like, have you never been in a theater and, like...
I feel like
you
it's
were
gonna be
really
like
close.
kids
Like,
in the '60s
I've
with
never seen
marijuana.
anyone just like riding someone in the middle.
She's
of
blocking his view at this point.
his.
So anyway, I did have fun at Deadpool.
You can't. Fuck! I clapped again.
So,
We can cut that out.
I don't know. As far as like condom, I have always bought them when they're needed. I've never brought one.
You're
to
a risky man. You bought one on call.
Yeah,
What if you're in a place where you can't get a condom?
and
Improvise.
I mean, like, it's sex.
So
Easy
like,
bag.
what
Yeah.
is improvising? Like a Snickers wrapper?
What is
like,
it? What is it? I think it's like a health article, or it's like an official health thing, and it tells you that if you ever are out of condoms, to use saran wrap and a rubber band.
What?
What?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah,
What the
yeah.
fuck?
I don't know which article
the
it was, but I do know
yeah.
it's like a very official like government thing, and it tells you that like if you're out of condoms, just get saran wrap.
I
and
feel
a
like that
rubber
would
band.
hurt though.
Same
Like,
here.
Like the little crinkles would be like get like a bad angle and then just like hurt. And
I would hope you were shaved if you're gonna do that much.
yeah,
So
seriously.
wait, but I'm honestly confused here because I've always got them whenever they're needed. So like, if things are getting heavy and she's like, "You should have a condom," then I'm like, "I don't have any, but I can go and get some." It's totally like a reasonable thing. But do you guys just have condoms in your pocket right now?
No.
Not anymore.
Well, not just like in my pocket. Like I have them like somewhere. That like I'm not gonna
John,
like pull them out right now.
where
like,
in,
hey, guys,
where in
garbage,
your
like,
where in your room? Where in your room do you keep your condoms?
my desk.
Your desk?
Yeah.
That's right there.
Yeah. Don't go searching.
Go searching.
Don't do it. No.
Is it here?
No, that's not it. I'm not telling you which thing it is.
You get pretty
No, keep
sensitive.
searching. Keep searching. I have to
No,
know.
why are you searching through my shit?
I have to know what brand.
We can just ask John. John, what brand?
What brand?
I don't know.
What
Like,
brand and what type?
All right.
What's the? Okay, go on.
All right. So I bought these condoms.
Okay.
Really nice. Whatever.
They're really
I don't
nice.
really know what fucking brand. I don't know. Safe
So he buys
protection.
generic.
Safe.
Wait, so you
protection,
just buy generic?
I guess.
So I guess you're okay with generic babies. What do you think as a guy?
Trojan baby.
What do you
A
think?
Trojan? Maybe? Like, how do you say it? Like, honestly,
Oh, I gotta find them.
honestly, yeah, find them, please. Anyway, when I get condoms, it's just, all right. So I'll be honest. It doesn't matter what brand, but it's definitely got to be ribbed.
Really?
for her pleasure. And let me tell you.
Someone doubts their ability.
No, it's not about doubting the ability. It's just anything that helps, you know. And like,
Maybe like one or two. I don't know.
honestly, like, why not? You know, why not?
It feels like they're lubricated.
I would hope so.
Every condom I've ever used has been lubricated.
Yeah. Have you ever used a condom that isn't lubricated?
It's lifestyles.
Lifestyles.
And Trojan. Okay, you're.
Hey!
Okay, hold on.
Okay,
What,
yeah,
do- what do you got? Ultra thin lubricated. Oh, so you're a guy that likes texture.
Yeah. Okay.
What do you think is a guy's version of Cinderella? Do you think it's like putting on a magnum and it fitting? You think it's like a guy's version of Cinderella?
I never thought about that before.
It's definitely something. to
Wait,
think
so
about.
the girl's going around with the one used condom? Like, which size was his?
Which size?
Uh,
Just like put it on a whole bunch
oh my
of
God.
dudes. This doesn't fit. It's like, you're not my Prince Charming.
I imagine all the dudes in town just like, it might fit. Like,
I totally will.
but yeah, no, I always do ribbed. Because it's just like, I'm one of those people where it's like, as long as she's happy. you
Yeah.
know?
As
And
long
then,
as she's happy.
yeah, and then you expect the favor return.
Hey.
I think they're giving those out at Bible camp. Here you go. Power ring. I mean, promise ring. I meant power of Jesus. I feel like our youth is destroying itself.
I feel like that's just youth in general.
Yeah. Well, I guess you could say it's smartphones
That's
because they can
worse,
talk to
though.
each other more. But I feel like something that's happening is kids are just talking to themselves, so dumb ideas sound more supported. What would your superpower be if you had one?
Freeze time.
Be able to tell when someone's bullshitting.
All right. So, the point being, you have a superpower. What would it be? John, start.
Well, is it like a specific superpower, or can I just be like a super like hero with my like own set of powers, or like?
No.
It's a superpower.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, I would like to be a superhero called Bullshit Man, where I would have the ability to fly around and like fly into like random people's conversations and just
He's
like
bullshitting.
go just bullshit and just like fly away and just like go up to another conversation.
You know what I would
Well,
love?
that's
I would
two
love.
superpowers.
I-
Except one
Yeah, I know.
superpower,
That's
John.
what I said. Yeah.
You know what I would love? I would love where John has that power, but he has to live a normal life, and all he does is he's a courtroom like analyzer, like in the middle of it, he just screams bullshit.
I don't know. So you want to know when people are BSing you?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want?
I want to freeze time. Imagine the kind of things I could do to people and things and all kinds of the environment with I can do that.
Actually, that's kind of true. That's always been like a little like being able to freeze time. Like ever since I was a kid, it's just been like I wish I could do that.
Furat wants to freeze time. Wants to be the god of superheroes. It is
Seriously,
like one of
that's
those
like-
OP powers. If I had a superpower, it'd probably be. I'd want to be immortal.
Fuck that.
Dude, why not?
All your friends and loved ones are gonna die in front of
Yeah.
you your entire
Just
life.
get to see just, oh yeah, great, this new person.
Let me ask you a question. What happens when you get to 100 and then you just fall one day and break your hip? Like you're just gonna lie there on the floor, immortal, praying that some kind of food falls your way?
Wait. Would being immortal mean that you just like never die, or would that
You
mean
never
your
die.
body never?
You still have the full
Fine then,
quantity
I'll
of
go
age.
with the old comic book adage of crazy healing factor. Where
Okay.
So you get what I mean. It's just like I will always exist. You know, I can walk around the top for.
You know, you're
years
still
and
gonna
years.
age. You're just gonna be slow to aging.
Yeah, but like super slow, so it don't even matter. But yeah, I hate how people say it's like. I hate how people say it's one of those things where it's like you're gonna watch everyone you know die. That sucks the first time. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have a rough time the first time. But then once that's
Just
over in 100 years,
desensitize it.
yeah, right after that, in 100 years, you make some new friends. It's whatever. You've already been through this before. It's like when
Imagine
your
how
first
much-
pet dies. The first time your pet dies, it's tragic.
Yeah.
Second time when you're a kid,
Next.
But it's also
yeah, you're
like,
just like, when are we getting a new dog? It's whatever.
But it's also like, have you ever heard of the theory that like it's just like you meet like the same like souls like throughout like different lifetimes, but it's just like it's like different people, but it's like the same souls within those people that just like go through different.
The feeling
John,
to
have you
say
heard of
timeline-
Stardust theory? Stardust theory is a theory that dictates that the universe was made, but the universe needs to have an experience. So out of cosmic dust, it makes you, and your brain self-populates the world, the physics, everything around it, right? Because you can't prove anyone else's existence besides your own.
Yeah.
So it's literally like, because you're alive, you literally cannot prove that death is a factor for you until you die, and then it's irrelevant. So it's.
I mean,
So about that cable.
honestly, all I'm saying with immortality.
Don't grab my tape.
Don't grab it.
I'm gonna
Anyway,
lace you.
all I'm saying with immortality is, it's bad the first time, but then it's whatever. The feeling to cheat, gone forever. You'd be like, you guys would be getting married, and then she'd be like, till death do us part. And
You
you're
just-
like, yeah.
You would just end up turning into like the biggest asshole to everyone like ever.
You just gotta find a
Yeah,
way
but I'd
to
live
conquer
forever,
a
so-
country.
Yeah, but that's-
You just need to find a way to conquer a single country.
Just be
right?
the leader forever.
Be their leader forever, and then on top of that, like, build up their military and like start to take over more countries, and they can never
Dude.
assassinate or get rid of you.
That's how you take over the world, right
The
there.
biggest downfall for me would be,
Actually, the way you
I don't
take over the
mind being
world
a
is
jerk.
you bomb every country in every 5 minutes.
I don't mind being a jerk.
Yeah.
What I mind is like, for me, this is like the biggest part. Because you said loved one stuff already. But I could deal with that. I mean, the first time it's going to be tragic. I'm going to hate it. And then after that, it's whatever. One thing I wouldn't be able to handle is having kids.
Dude,
Oh.
Because
yeah.
they aren't immortal. So I would
Are you
watch-
sure?
Yeah.
I would want it to be in the gene system.
What?
I would want it to be genes.
That's what you'd want. But what I'm saying is like, it's my superpower. So in this,
Yeah, dude, what if it was like a gene thing? So
my
it was
point
like,
is, in this scenario,
alright.
I'd
Oh,
have
that'd
to
be some
watch.
fucked up natural
I'd have-
selection.
It'd be like Interstellar. I'd have to watch my kid.
Yeah.
I'd have to watch my
Dude,
kid be old and
oh.
yeah. That's like the
Oh.
ultimate in depressing. I couldn't do that. That's where I draw the line.
You wanna know what but there's the thing though. I mean, like, you'd go through this entire lifespan, and if it was genetic, you have your kids and everything. But that is a fucked up natural selection process.
Yeah.
Because now you just get rid of all the human beings who can like reproduce normally and die, and it's just all of you.
I was just thinking
That
like,
sounds like incest.
It would be.
It would be essentially, but it's like the Adam and Eve scenario. We just got to get a few generations down.
I feel like if you did like the immortal, if it was like a genetic thing, it would be like, oh, this kid is like immortal, but this kid isn't lucky enough to get the gene, but this kid is. So it's like
Oh, it
those
skips
two
a
yeah.
generation?
So like No, it's like these three, like, so you have like three children, but like one of them doesn't have the immortality gene. So like
He's gonna get so much crap on the playground.
Okay, how about this? How about I sweeten the pot a little bit? What if it's a gene that everyone already has, but the gene to immortality is a recessive gene, and the person that you have to mate with can only be a dominant. So you have to watch your kids go away, but there's a chance that your grandkids, that you have them instead.
Dude, that's like kind of fucked up. Just like
Once you guys are both
See,
immortal,
but
it's
there's-
kind of hard to pull the I'm older than you card. Yeah, but like 100 years, we're 3,000 years old. And he's like, shut up. I'm still your granddad.
God damn it. Your father would be disappointed.
I don't know. I'd do immortality. You'd want to know when people are lying, and you'd want to freeze time.
Fuck yeah.
I don't know. Like if we're talking like real life, like I would want to be able to freeze time, just cause like that'd be fucking cool.
I'm glad nobody said the pervert invisibility answer.
But there's the thing though.
Those
I
are
mean,
the
like,
creeps.
you can still do all the things with the pervert invisibility that you can with freeze time.
Exactly. You just freeze time.
Yeah, that's
just,
even
like, do
worse,
business.
because now you could like violate somebody and then walk away, and then like they would notice it out of nowhere.
I feel different now. What just happened?
Someone took my girlhood.
You ever have one of those moments you walk into the kitchen and forget what you were there for? That's what happened.
We just froze time and then we just
Yeah,
built
somebody
shit.
messed with you and now you're
Oh
just,
shit.
yeah, now you're just
Oh fuck.
That's why, because it happened to you so quick, you're just like, what?
Why the fuck am I in
why
here?
am I in here?
That sounds like it would set up some awesome pranks. Like I would like go to the Vatican, and I'd have like a bottle of cheap wine and like a water bottle, and I'd hand the Pope the water bottle. I'd be like, watch. I'd freeze time. I wouldn't even switch the bottles. I would literally the same bottles they came in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'd hand it over, and he'd be like, oh.
I just like
It'd be no, seriously. It'd be a labelless Dasani water bottle, and it'd be like a cheap $5 wine. Not even switch them, just put them in place.
To be fair, that's probably what I'd do if I could freeze time. I wouldn't use it to, solve wars and stuff.
No.
I'd just be like David Blaine.
I-
Doing street magic and stuff just whenever I'm bored.
I would just freeze time, like go to like I don't know, some like technology oriented like shop and just like steal everything.
What
See, you guys all have cool stuff. Me, I'd just be Travion from accounting. And then I'm walking across the street one day, freeze time, put a chicken in some kid's hands, and he's just like, what happened to my McNuggets? Sorry,
It's like-
I'm sorry, Mick
No,
copyright.
what you added?
Just like in a McDonald's, just like about to put this nugget in its mouth, and then you just freeze time.
And it's a baby chick,
Yeah,
yeah.
just put a little baby chicken there.
And then I'd pop up out of nowhere making a very mysterious face, just like, your actions have consequences.
Oh my gosh.
And I'd do that all the time, and that'd be me. John, are you Canadian? What are you?
I
What
am
is your
Canadian.
family?
I think I'm like German and like I'm not Jewish. I know I'm not. Actually, fuck, I am French. God damn it.
So you are French.
I
I
am.
hate France. I think it's the shittiest
hate,
nation.
They're the weakest. I hate that I'm French. If I could like kill that gene, I would.
I am mostly Irish, Mexican, and African American. So yeah, it's the triple threat right there.
I'm like
I am Middle Eastern, which means fear me.
No, you're brown.
I was surprised to find out. I didn't know. Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Well, the viewers don't know.
Oh no. He
Oh,
has
that's
a
true. That's a
backpack.
shock for you guys. I'm sorry
Oh
about
no,
that.
he has a backpack. He's in a mall. He's gotta kill.
That's true. You were
everyone.
walking through the mall with a backpack that people could tell was heavy.
It was so heavy. It was like 15 to 20 pounds.
Yeah, you must have looked really sketchy in the
The
mall.
worst part is I pulled out the microphone stand and I went, I am the captain now, because it's kind of shaped like
And
a
you
gun.
fucking had it from the handle, so it looked like you were pointing a gun.
It's fair to say that within 2 minutes, a white older gentleman yelled at me.
Yeah, I know.
That was great. Just hearing "Hey!" from like across the mall.
Just at least 5 people were immediately alarmed and distressed What's up?
No. Yeah, it's crazy how.
What-oh.
Anyway, it's crazy how some people. Like, that's just the reaction now. It's crazy.
It sucks to be brown.
That's what happens when you're brown.
People.
Yeah.
But with Florida, it's just all kinds of crazy. You have everything over there, so it's nice that we've condensed that into its own area.
It's not very southern based.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna get a map right now.
John, I know where fucking Florida is.
I think I understand what you're trying to say.
I mean, like, the culture. The culture isn't southern.
Okay,
There
there
you
you go. There you go.
The culture in Florida isn't southern based, but the people who are southern in Florida are like, hicks.
Yeah, I know. It's like, I don't know. It's like in Arizona, we have like what we would think is like, you know, Wild West, I guess.
Well, not even. Wild West in Arizona is like, I do meth.
that's the point where
I do meth, I sell meth. Like, that's it.
But that's what happens when you hit any part of the U.S. that's a smaller town. It's just like there's nothing left to do.
But we're not a town though. We're just I guess we're a really, really, really big town. That's what Tucson.
See, here's Tucson. Tucson to me has always been the big city, as in like there's a lot of people here, but it's like a town in terms of like activity and things to do.
Yeah. There's hiking and there's meth. That's literally it. Never come to Tucson.
Well, you can see Deadpool.
Yeah, Deadpool, meth, and hiking. Like,
Yeah.
what else?
You
could
just
do?
have movies. You have. I mean, there's like very.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it. Arizona's a great place to die.
That
Yeah.
was depressing.
Yeah, that's depressing.
As hell.
See, not I don't mean it like die in Arizona. I mean like go to Arizona to retire.
So
For your
Florida.
lungs, you know.
So Arizona is the Florida of the West.
Arizona is the Florida of the wild, wild west.
It's fucking. Oh my god. Look, the
Because
job
there is
market
nothing to do,
terrible.
so everything's just chill. You can
There's, like-
exist in Arizona in that bubble of whatever time you were in.
Yeah.
So if somebody in the 1940s, like if they had lived then and they're immortal like I want to be, and they just want to go to a place where they can pretend it's the 1940s forever, you can come to Arizona out in some of those houses by
Yeah.
the mountains.
Mhm.
You can just pretend it's the 1940s and that's your life.
Just pretend that we're gonna be killed by the Nazis.
Yeah,
Constantly.
constantly.
Fuck yeah. Fuck fascists.
John,
I don't know
I'm
why that-
really questioning your allegiance to the nation right now.
The one thing I think is weird is the
Light
fact that we live in Arizona.
Thank you. Huh?
What?
We just had a moment.
Oh, sorry, you guys had a moment.
Yeah.
I think it's weird that we live in Arizona, and one of the things I constantly think about is like, some people don't have to burn themselves with how hot it is constantly.
Yeah, but
Because I
other
mean,
people.
it's one of those things in Arizona that's a weather conversation you don't have anymore. It's just like it's hot. Everybody looks at you like you're the most annoying person on the planet.
Like,
But to
yeah,
be
we
fair,
get it.
Would you rather live in a place where it's really hot, or would you rather live in a place where it's really cold and it snows? You have to shovel snow.
Where it's cold. But just let me finish and we'll go back to that.
Okay.
But what I've realized is, it's just a passing thought in people that live in Arizona, just like, it's always fucking hot here. And it's like, it just runs through our head so much, and I realize some people don't ever have those thoughts.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
people
true.
that live in Utah, they're just like, weather isn't a constant thought that passes in their head, just like, it's really fucking hot today, like it is here.
Mhm. Like-
But anyway, yes, I would love to live in a colder place.
Fuck that. The one reason I would not want to live in a colder place is because I don't want to fucking shovel snow like for 6 hours every day.
When you live in a house, when you live in a house in a place where weather is drastic, you only change the temperature to the section of the house you're in.
Yeah.
So you end up staying in that section of the house. Like if you have 2 stories, like you're just like, second story is gonna be hot as shit today.
And this is where it's at.
Now it is just a first episode, so we apologize if the content is a little shaky. We do hope it's gonna get better, and the best way to make sure it gets better.
Sorry, we're not funny.
John, shut the fuck up.
Stop.
It's just you. But anyway, hopefully we can make better content. It's just a first episode. It's a little shaky, and we apologize. Best way to ensure better content is to click that subscribe button and the likes. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Bye.